Hello and welcome back to my channel Petrolhead. So I'm in my garage again and I'm just bought more parts for the car, so I want to kind of talk to you about what I'm doing and the reasons why I'm doing it. So as you're aware, if you watch my other videos, I'm moving away from JB4 trying to control everything and then MHD backend. It's not integrating how I really want it, and a lot of tuners in the UK struggle to really kind of get the best from that kind of setup, because it's just not as common over here. So as you're aware, I'm looking to move to, well, I am not looking to, I'm moving to a Motiv ReFlex Plus. So this isn't the Pro, this is Motiv ReFlex. So this will become the brain, talking to the DME, talking to MHD Plus, and collectively they are going to be responsible for everything inside the car. Now, if you have a look at the box, it's very cool with the brain on it. It's the brains of the outfit, surprise, surprise. And on the back, it's got the connector, but it's also got this old school USB, I think it's like a Type B port or something like that. So this you put obviously in the dry, in the engine bay, normally in the cowl area in the top left or top right, you know, where you kind of, the secondary batteries, if it's a mild hybrid turbo, in that kind of void. So whenever you want to do any tuning, you have to connect a old school USB data cable to it, and then you have to run that to a laptop. So whether it's in your passenger seat, you know, or you stood in front of the car with the bonnet popped, but it's not really the most practical way of doing things. So in my JB4, I've got obviously the Bluetooth receiver, so I can do a lot of things app-based, maps, loading, tuning, logs, all that kind of good stuff. So recently, the guys at Motiv launched the Link, this cool little device. So you can see it's a little robot on there. It's I don't know what colour it glows, but obviously it glows when it lights up. So this is equivalent to the Bluetooth receiver on the JB4. This allows you to connect an iPhone or Android phone and do the tuning, do the logging, everything remotely. So that makes life so much easier than trying to do it under the bonnet and the different ways I've just mentioned. So this little dude costs $200, and then you've got import duty. So it's an expensive little robot, but it just makes life so much easier from a tuning point of view. Now, as well, for $60, you can also buy this, I wouldn't say it was cheap for what it is, this basically harness system, which allows you to obviously plug the Link straight into the loom without having to cut or splice, which is great because it's just one less thing to worry about. There's a lot of wires, there's a lot of connections. The last thing you want to be doing is splicing things in, and all you need is it to come loose and not be connected properly, and can take a long time to fault find. So I've got that, and as if you've been watching my other videos, I've got the spool performance plug and play harness as well to install the Motiv ReFlex. So again, avoids having to tap in and splice into DME cables, things like that. Again, it just takes away some of that human error risk. You've got your cam sensor, you've got loads of different sensors. Again, just like how the JB4 connects in, it just has an adapter and then an adapter again, so you're looping into the system. So this is £114. That's probably about 130, maybe $135. This is the cheapest loom as well you can get on the market. Have a look at some of the other ones, and they're, you know, £600-700. So definitely the best value for money loom. And then you've got your standard loom that comes, the standard harness, whatever you want to call it, that comes with the, if you select a B58 A91 Super option, it comes with that harness as well. So to me, these are the key building blocks for making sure your Reflex is installed and it's all plugged in nicely. It's all through connectors rather than splicing, soldering or crimping or whatever else. It's just a turbo now, really. Now I still haven't got an answer out of the lovely Dynamic Auto Works. We'll just call it that for now. And that's what I'm waiting for. So once the turbo's refunded, replaced, or I get a refund and get a GC Plus, or stick the GC I've got on now, God knows what I'm going to do at the minute. But once I've got an answer to that, I'm then going to get all this stuff over to Zatrix, going to get them to fit it all, put it all in, test it all, update the Motiv ReFlex with the correct firmware, all the other bits and pieces you need to do to it. And then I'm going to get over to RS Tuning, and they're going to obviously put it on the dyno, and we're going to get some maps built. trying to make sure I've got everything correct and everything ordered and sat here, so when it's all installed it's as smooth as possible and the car tunes is in, there's no problems, there's no issues, because I've kind of tried to do it as integrated as possible and with as much plug and playness, if that's such a word, as possible. So anyway, thank you very much for watching my video. I hope it was of use, and stay tuned for more stuff.